Everybody gonna want to hear that one.
Tell me when you ready.
I'm ready whenever.
Yeah, so like I said, I was able to see all of those law enforcement vehicles leave up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, man, I'm real dirty. You know what I mean? All I got on is like a white tee, my blue McDonald's pants. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, brother? Then I got socks. My socks is muddy. All up here is just like muddy for real. I'm just like real dirty. You know what I mean? Like real dirty. And I'm real confused. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I stayed under there for a while. I was able to get to my people's house from that point. He lived like right near where I was hiding out at. So all I had to do was about like, it took me like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? And I knew his mother wasn't home from work yet, so that was a good thing. So I was able to go there to get washed up. I put some of his tennis on. He was like a shoe size down from me, so my feet crammed and shit. You know what I mean? But how that whole story ended, you know what I'm saying? I got jammed up. I got jammed up the next day, man. And I got jammed up the next day. I was like, I gotta go back home. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go back home. I gotta get out the county. You know what I'm saying? It's some other things that happened, but to get to the main point was like, I gotta get back. I gotta get in town. Like, I gotta get back in the city because I knew the city better, and it was just like where I was at. You know what I mean? I didn't have the type of resources or means to do anything. And I mean, like literally, like my mind frame, like sometimes I wonder where I was at, like in my mind, because it was like, what you think you gonna be on the run forever? You 15, like you have nothing. You know what I mean? Where are you going? You know what I mean? So I went here early in the morning when I knew my father was going to be at work. I came back to the house. I came back to his house. Little did I know he had a silent alarm set on there. I came in from a window that was by the basement. I knew how to get inside that window. I came inside that window, man, and I remember I went upstairs. I had a change jar, and I knew I had to be broke because I was counting change. You know what I'm saying? A situation like that, you really trying to get up by the Dodge. You're not counting change. You know what I mean? You just take your dollars and move. I ain't really had that much money, so I was counting change, and I had a little bag. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was, all you heard was that tire squeeze, like, man. All I remember is I looked out front. I think I seen like 2 cop cars, and then more vehicles came. And all I know, they had the whole house surrounded.
Wow.
Right? Then I know the phone started ringing. And they was talking to me from outside. Wow. Like, come outside. We know that you're in there. They're saying it. And they actually, because I left the basement window open downstairs. Wow. I think I left it open. Another thing I did was, well, I couldn't take the bike inside. I had a bike right next to the window. So it's like, they know I didn't leave because I got transported on the bike. So that whole situation ended, man. I wouldn't surrender. They my father got a window. They took a saw, man. They sawed out the damn window.
Wow.
Yeah, they sawed out through the block. They sawed out the whole frame and through the block.
Wow.
And they came in there, drink one cop with a K9.
Wow.
He searched all of the floors, right? First time they came into the room where I was at, the dog didn't detect me, right? The second time, I moved my damn boot. I moved because I was actually like under my sister's bed, but she had a bed catty corner, and I had a lot of clothes on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And I left the door open. There was rooms inside of my father's house where the doors were shut. And so I figured he would be more suspicious of a shut door rather than an open door. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could just walk in here. You know what I mean? Man, my father's house got messed up that day. You feel me?
Wow.
They sawed that joint out. All of the doors that were shut, kicked over. You know what I'm saying? K9 straight on his bed and shit like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't even the worst part, bro. Next thing you know, it came to a situation where as though, when the dog detected me, as soon as the dog detected me, he started barking. You know what I'm saying? And once he started barking, he was like, come up with your hands up. You know what I mean? Da-da-da-da-da. Right? So I got change in my hand. So I'm standing up, but I'm standing up slowly. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm right here. He's so close to me. You know what I'm saying? Then he got this canine that he's holding. You know what I'm saying? And this damn dog is like so wild acting. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like the cop wasn't really trying to get control over the dog at all. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So when I get up, I let go of the chain. So the chain slide down my arm. And so he like step over the bed. I said, all right, you know what I mean? So I'm stepping over the bed, but I'm stepping over real slow. You know what I'm saying? And I had to use my hand. Like, I got to use my hand to get over the bed. Man, this cop got so impatient with me. He took his leg and kicked that shit down. Wow. This is my little sister's bed. He kicked that joint by the frame. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, next thing you know, get on the wall, get on the wall. You know how a lot of times these white cops, you know what I mean, they act. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm complying with everything he's saying. And the more compliant I am, the crazier he's getting. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that situation gonna go well because once I had already rested in my mind, he talking about put your hands up, keep your hands up. I don't even know who I'm speaking to right now. Somebody that recognized me, but because I saw him look me in my eyes. But man, he sicked the dog on me. Wow. Yeah, he sicked the canine on me. Wow. So I was standing like this. The first place that the canine bit was right in here. Wow. Yeah. That was the first place the canine bit me at, right? Wow. So I got bit up in there, but the dog didn't really commit to bite in that area. He went from here, then the canine bit me right here in my thigh. He sunk his tooth in my thigh though. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as with the cop wasn't trying to restrain him or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh fuck this. I felt like it was my life. You know what I'm saying? Right. I started pounding the head of the canine. You know what I'm saying? Like really pounding his head. You know what I mean? Canine got the fuck off me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like the dog right here, all I had was this. All I know is once I started hitting that canine, man, the cop pulled out a flashlight. And the cop hit me in my head with the flashlight. Wow. I thought I got hit once. But when I got sent to the hospital, I had to get stitches on 2 different parts of my head. Wow. I only remember getting hit once, but I got hit twice, evidently. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, once I got hit with the flashlight, it dazed me a little bit. The dog had backed up for a couple seconds. I started trying to make my way to run out of there. Now, listen. Now, you ever seen somebody ever get their head split with an object? You know how the blood come out, right? It squirt like a geyser. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I collapsed on my father's door on the way downstairs because I had to get back out through the garage. You know what I'm saying? So, blood is getting on his door. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to think about how my father left that house that morning and what the fuck he came home to. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really think about all this. Like, this is some sick shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's blood all on the door. Yeah, man. It's like, it's blood all on the door and all of that, man. I started making my way for the garage. I hit a cop. He's behind me, chasing me. And he's like, he's coming outside. The cops was outside. They was more like lunching for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess he got it. You know what I mean? For some reason, it was a lot of stuff that happened in between the time he told me to put my hands up, between me getting bit by the dog, hitting the head and running. Like, you would have figured, like, I don't even know why they even sent one cop in there. You know what I'm saying? I come outside running. I lied to you not, man. The garage door was still closed. You know what I'm saying? I threw they didn't have the automatic drink. They had the drink you had to open up with your hand, man. I threw that door open, man. I started running. I goes right past him. There was probably about like 8 police officers outside, man. All of them started chasing me. I got slow on every last one of them. Guess who came outside and caught me? The dog. That's damn right. That dog ran me down. And what the dog did, it was just like a little, it was like a tactical bite. Like this bite ain't even, it hurt a little bit. But the dog did a takedown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the dog did a takedown on my arm. And then I got clotheslined by one of the cops. Wow. Right? And so what happened was, besides that, was the cops, once they caught me, I got put in the handcuffs, and they put me on my chest. And what was real crazy about the situation was the cops had kind of put a circle around because there was people in the community that started coming out. They started coming outside. they put my ankle back in the dog's mouth.
Wow.
Yeah, they had the dog bite up my ankle some more. You know what I'm saying? Like while while I was down on the ground, man, I felt terrible. It was like 90 degrees outside. Man, I had dry blood in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I had blood coming from my legs.
Wow.
You know what I mean? All this was just hurting. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like I don't even. And it's crazy because I've been shot at, but I've never been shot. But goddamn, if that's close to or a knife, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I've had attempted stabbing as well. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody tried to stab me. Like that must be what it feels like. Cause it was just like this pain. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? They, you know what I mean? They had an ambulance come. Let me tell you. That's what the white woman said when they picked me up for the ambulance.
What?
What she told the police officer. She said, I love the work your dogs did on this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. They took me to Northwest Hospital over there off on Old Court. You know what I mean? Last thing I'm going to say about that, I actually had one of the members of the NAACP that wanted to get involved with the situation, but they needed me to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a brother on the block, he had pictures of the situation, you know what I'm saying, as far as what happened. I ain't even stick with it, like, as far as trying to push it forward. Like, because at the time, I felt like, you know what I mean, I kind of, like, went with the logic of my mother for real. Like, my mother, like, she like a real passive type of individual. You know what I mean? She's saying that, and, you know what I mean, like, it's a sign from God, da-da-da-da. Whereas that shit happened to my son, I'm going to tear my son ass up, but at the same time, I'm going to go at the system too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, y'all had no right to deal with this situation. You got guidelines and stuff like that, and y'all was way out of order, you know what I'm saying, as far as a situation like that, you know what I mean, as far as how they dealt with it, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It was funny because the same cop was sick dog on me when I was in when I was up on a stretcher in the hospital. You know what I mean? They still got me handcuffed to the chair and all that. I mean, they got me handcuffed to the stretcher.